Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Captain of Industry. So, I started planning out this the smelting setup here, and I did a little bit of work in between episodes to just kind of figure out the belting arrangements, which is now in effect. So, effectively now, I've added extra buckets just to make room for the big buckets, basically, and basically. This is we need one more actually. So we've got a coal bucket in the middle. This is coal. This is slag, and this is the copper ore. But we also need effectively double the setup to accommodate the kind of the other option that we have, which is the recycled materials option. So if I were to squeeze another in there and we extended, can we try and yeah, we can, but I think what I'll do is I will trim this one back, and now what we'll do is we will tie it in there, right? So at least now we've got the opportunity to do the recycled materials as well, and I've added the iron ore on this side, which I guess I should also be doubling up on for that option basically. So what I'll do is let's do a copy of this bucket here. I can actually make that work, but what I'd rather do is maybe squeeze it in there and then see where I can tie this one in. Oh, it can actually go underneath there. Nice. Okay, so there we go. So now we have that. I'm not sure these guys can still drive underneath there. But anyway, so now we've got the recycled option as well, and we've got tons and tons of these things in here. Now, the next piece of the puzzle for us is to just make sure that we've got all of these things aligned. So what we have is we've got 12 to run through here. Now this is going to be, let's just delete that recipe. So this is going to be copper only. And the plan is that we will move copper into all of these. Okay, so now we're going to run copper. This is 12, 24, 36 and 48. This one does, I don't have a recipe here. This one can do either that or that, right? And so it can set off 24 at a time, 24 at a time. So these two will go this way, those two will go that way, okay? And 24 and 24 is 48, and so we don't need any kind of further issues there. But what we'll do is let's copy this, move it there, and move it there. And the plan is that we will run from the outside here. Actually, we don't need to run from the outside. We will be joining these up, right? Like so. And we will be tying it in. We'll be doing that, be doing that, and it's going to be completely sufficient in terms of capacity. Now, we'll do the same thing on this side, whereby we will be running this guy down all the way there. We'll be tying it in. I'm just thinking we're going to run this guy out and run it back over this way. This should be okay. So let's do that. We'll do this. And we'll tie these in. We may have to bring it in a little bit closer. I kind of wonder if we should, but let's, for uniformity's sake, not do that. So let's do this one. Bring it out that way. Okay, we actually want to bring it out this way. And tie it in like so. Nice. Flat belt, because we still have to bring in some water pipes. Yes, that is okay. We don't need too much of that. We'll do that into there. We'll do that into there. And we'll do that into There, perfect. That gives us that one. Now this guy is going to be running out, right? It's going to run straight out and into this where we still have then sufficient room for the copper. So actually, we need to start it off on this side. And how am I doing it? Yeah, we'll just run straight out. Okay. Do some of this, some of that, and no, that's not what I wanted. Gonna try that again. In there and in there. Perfect. Okay, so now that's it. We also still now need water here. And at some point we may get steel. I mean acid in there at some point. We're out of power, is it? Max capacity. So why are we out of steel? Out of power? This guy not running? Missing input? Not missing input. Oh, we don't have. Ooh, so we may be out of these guys completely. And then what's this guy doing? Let's just see where the steam is heading. Steam is heading out that way into these two. So we're not actually getting any of the steam to go out this way. So yeah, we don't have any coal. We don't have any coal into this setup. So yeah, we could be short of power all the time, right? So what does this do? This does 48 of steam. And these do 6, 6, 9, 9. So that's basically 18. So we can very easily add some steam to the mix over here. For the time being, let's just do that. Let's just tie in a little bit of steam this way. Just so we don't completely run out of steam. And I guess what I was wondering is whether you need to be switching off from time. Okay, here comes. Okay, so now I think our power should be starting to spin up again. I do need to redo this entire thing, but I think we've got sufficient steam there now to kind of work that out. All of these things are, in fact, going back over in that direction and using it to be powering the rest of this. So hopefully that is sufficient. Yeah, we need to prioritize the ins, though. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. I'm not too fussed by it. Okay, so now all of that's in. So here we've got our copper is ready to go, and I'm almost tempted to switch it on. I've got 2 pipes full of pollutant coming out of here. What is it called? This is called exhaust. 2 pipes full of exhaust, because I think we're going to need more than just the one. But this big boy would be sufficient to get rid of all of that, and ultimately it'll be easy to get us to scrub it. Okay, now, the next 2. Let's quickly go in here. So this is 24, 24. So 2 of them this way and in there and in there. 48. Yeah. So we'll do this. And that, and that, and that, and this in there. And then the next one goes in here and in there. Oops. And this one goes in there. All right, that's all good. Then these guys go out. Okay, yep. Okay, no. Cancel this. Let's redo that ever so quickly. So what I'll do, I'll do. Yeah, exhaust is on that side though, so we don't need that. And what we'll do is we'll run it all the way this way. Go in there. Go in there. We actually need to run them both sides. So what I'll do is I'll just do this. And we'll run it up to here. And we'll go down all the way there. We've got some more research done. Okay, then we'll tie that one in there. We'll get these guys to tie in like so. I just want to double check. So what are we saying here? This is 12, 12, 12 is 48. This is taking, what? 12, 12, 12, and 12. Ah, so we only need the one side. 12 into 12. Right, so we only need the one side. We don't actually need the other side. So we've got, what is the recipe that we want here? This one needs to be those two. Okay, so let's grab that recipe into these four. So that gives us 24, 24, 48, right? So, and this one takes 24, goes to 12. So 12, 12, 12, 12. This goes into 12, 12, 12. So we don't actually need the extra one unless we spin up 4 more of them on the other side. How many are we actually running? We're just running the 2, but we're out of power yet again. I need to go and have a look at that. So effectively, we only need that. And so what we don't need is this, right? So we'll stop that one. If we do run an extra couple, which will be effectively the opposite side of this running that way, then that'll be okay. Now, what we could also do is we could run our exhaust. So let's go up a level. We go. Would like to run that one straight into there. Okay, give me a pipe connector down there, please. Then we'll do it on the inside. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll just copy that little slither like so, and we'll just paste it in there. That does go in quite nicely. We'll paste it in there, and that one is tied in. So there we go. So that gives us, let's just see how much of that is actually coming out. 24, 20, so that's 48 running into that top pipe as well now. So we'll have to see if that all still works, but at least that is now in there. We do need to run these guys out and straight in there. So let's do that. Tie that in. Tie that in. Tie that in. Well, obviously, we don't need this side at this point. And we need way, way, way lots of water. 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 48 water. That's not that much water. But where is our closest water? Do we have... Yeah, so we've got all of the water on this side being caught up. So we could potentially bring it back to go in here. And I guess I would suggest we probably need maybe a bit of a fluid storage in here. Just to make sure we've got that going. I'll do that, and what we'll do is we'll out of here with go up maybe 2 levels. Switch off the R's. Do that. There we go. So we've got water over there. And we could similarly run water over the top over here. So we'll get that up to level 2. Or level 3. No, we need even a bigger gap there. kind of tempted to run it over onto this side as well and bring it out all the way to there. And then we tie it in. I like it. So here, and what we need is we need to now snap it. There we go. Nice. Happy with that. Let's continue the journey of tying these in. Wow, they just go any which way they want. Anyway, I don't mind it too much. That's it. So that gives us well, we just need to get the water to come on over here. Currently running it over there. So what we could quite comfortably do is we could run it down this way. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's just run that water over this way, probably as a pipe 2, I would imagine. So grab me a pipe 2. And, ooh, actually, we would like to tie it in on this side. Okay, so that one is in there. Where's my next set of bridges? Over here somewhere. So we'll just add an extra vehicle bridge right over the top of it. Kind of right there, I think. Okay. So that, effectively, that would put our first set of smelters up and running. Let's unpause it for a second while we quickly sort this out. Let's just buy this one with Unity so that we don't block too many vehicles. Now, what's going on over here? Let's have a quick look. Are we out or what's it? So we're not accumulating any inertia. We're missing the input products. We're not auto-balancing at the moment. So what is the issue here? Yeah, so we're missing the output. So what are we getting? We're getting 48s, right? We're getting out 48. And we're using 18. So the other 30 should come out this way. But I guess that's not quite sufficient. Right? I guess that's not quite sufficient. So we do need to sort this out now. So we don't actively run anything properly here. So let's just get another give me a boiler. Tie that one in there. Right, we'll give us a bucket. Just grab a big bucket. And then we also need to get water to come in here, which I believe is where exactly? So water is all the way over there. So let's just extend our water. Probably just pipe 1 is going to be okay, at least from there to... Oh, no, so this can't work. Give me the bucket, move it a little bit further away. Oh, and it's the wrong way around as well. Can you believe it? Let's flip it around. We'll tie it. Even that's not going to work. We will need to move it a little bit away. Get that to go in there. And then we'll go back, get ourselves the pipe, and put the pipe in there. And I guess we'll need a couple of these guys. Got the 2 of them over there. So let's just grab... Well, actually, we just need the one. We just need the one on the coal setup. No. Again, try that one again. I just want to make sure we do have sufficient supply of this, right? Give me this guy. Pop it in there, and what we'll do is we'll just tie that one together over like so. And just before we actually do that, I'm just thinking, let's quickly do that, and we'll put a bit of a balancer in place here for fluids. Can I just unity this thing out of the way, please? And then we'll put the balancer in there, and we'll say prioritize that one for me, please. And then we'll go ahead and unity build all of that stuff. And this is coal, please. And let's just make sure we get some coal delivered here. Yeah, just like that. And we want that on a reasonably high priority, so that at least we've got something going for us over here. Your recipe needs to be coal, please. Coal and water. Coal and water, thanks. Thank you. So as soon as that comes in, we'll start producing steam, and then hopefully this setup will at least kind of sort us out a little bit. Have we got some coal here? I believe we do. It's on the way. Coal is on the way. We're waiting for some product. Okay. Here you come. Yeah, coal has been delivered. So now this guy can burn, and we should have some steam ready to go whenever this goes up. But there are lots of boilers here that we don't need, just because we did a poor job of it. A poor job of it. Okay, anyway, now we shouldn't have issues with the power. And what I can start to do is I can just go ahead and start building some of this stuff. So if we were to say Unity build some of these guys, go with that. Go with this. Go with that. Go with this. With that. With that. All of this. We don't need all of that, though. Okay, so we'll need those two, those two, those two, and those two. Are we out? Excuse me, out of stuff? No need for delivering. Trucks import only. Well, you should all be sorted, right? Don't need anybody to be bringing stuff over here. We're all sorted. No, just switch this off. So let's just do that, and let's just do that. No need to import stuff here. Similarly, you don't need to import anything to these guys. They will be ready to go. Now, so these guys, I guess, will be copper ore, and we'll make sure to be filling that one up, right? This one, on the other hand, will be copper scrap, and we'll make sure to fill that one up as well if we have the copper scrap. Can we... And this one needs to be coal, and we definitely need to fill that one up, right? So all of that should see us start working on these guys. No need for us to be importing on any of these things. Oh, actually, you can. Actually, you can import. Just thinking about that. Actually, you can import. This is filling up with water, I guess. Ever so slowly. Anyway, that should start working any minute now. So what I guess I want to do is I want to actually just switch off all of this stuff, right? So essentially we just gonna stop working here. So grab that one, switch both of them off. And this output is full as well. So that is, oh, it's all full. So right, basically, let's just switch all of this off. Switch off, switch off, switch off, switch off. We can move it again later, and then again we'll switch off this guy and we'll switch off that guy, and that entire operation is now moving out over this way. Don't pause it so we can see what's actively happening here with this stuff. Is there anything we can demolish and get some stuff back? I don't know. I don't know, but these need to be built. Okay, so that's starting to move. This is slightly less important. These ones are a little bit more important, but I guess they'll get built in a minute. It's not like we're running a shortage at this point. What I can suggest is that maybe as an interim arrangement, we can also bring in the impure copper, right? Do we have tons of impure copper? No, it's copper. It's tons of copper. We don't have any impure copper. So that's fine. We don't need copper to be coming in here. Do we have impure copper anywhere? No, we don't. We've got some over there. But other than that, it's all good. It is all good. So we just need to finish off the build on a few of these things. Those are okay. They can continue to feed that guy. This is the output channel. Those need to be built. So yeah, there's a bit of work necessary. Mine control tower don't have any designations. What were you busy doing? Oh yeah, we're out of it's the copper. So if we said mining designation, can you please continue to dig out some more stuff for us? Excuse me. So there we go. Continue that mining designation. These guys are continuing to kind of dig away and leveling the terrain here, but I guess that is putting us in the right direction. Now, the next part of the puzzle is the steel. This guy is nice and filled up. Well, not quite filled up, but ready to go almost. Okay, so here we need oxygen. 18, 36, 36 and 36 is 72. So if we go, where would we find it? Where would we find it? Is it a derivative? Distillation. Where would we find it? I have no idea where we... Is it under smelting? Yeah, the air separator. So 36. So we need two of them. So this one is 18 and 18 is 36. We need two of these air separators. Ah, okay. So potential... Okay, hang on. What's the size of this stuff? It is a pretty chunky little piece here. Okay, so maybe what we do is we run ourselves a couple of air separators over here. And we run the oxygen out that way. It's going to have to be a pipe 2, I guess, because it's going to be more than than 60. So grab us a pipe 2. We don't have to unpause it. We don't have to pause it. Keep it going. So why that? So give me a little bit of room here. I'm going to run it underneath there. We're going to run it underneath this way. And where are we actually? Where is it? What? Where? Oh. Okay. I guess I know what's going on here. I've been... Come on, get rid of that. Okay. So what we need to do here is just disconnect that pipe there. Cancel the construction of that pipe. And cancel the construction of that pipe. Okay. And now what we do is we run out our pipe from this side. Those things built yet? Almost. Okay, so we're almost setting that one up again. Okay, so try that again. So we're going to go with the oxygen out this way as a pipe 2. I'm going to run it in there. Probably not, but over there instead. And we are snapping off. Not what I had in mind. It's not at all what I wanted to do. Hit the wrong button. Hit the T button instead of the E button. Over here. And then up to there. Now get me to run up to that 3rd level, all the way up to here, and then I guess what we do is we tie it in over there, and we keep going. Tie that one in like so. There we go. So that should give us the air separator. For the moment, with regards to the nitrogen, I guess we will just flare it out. How much is that? 36 and... Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go with 2 of the small stacks. We'll do 1 there, and we'll do 1 there, and we'll just flare off the nitrogen for now. So I guess that should do the trick. This is parts 2, so we're quite a while away from getting those parts 2 sorted. We still have a bit of a backlog ready to go over here. What's happening with our parts 2? Are we slow on the production? Are we out of parts 1, or are parts 1 plummeting? I guess we're not necessarily plummeting, but yeah, it's not... I mean, it's not the quickest operation in terms of those parts 2 at the moment. Plus a lot of those... Well, actually, we're retaining a lot of them for construction. So parts 3 is not being built at the moment. So all of this is kind of standing still while we wait for the parts 2 operation here. Interesting. It was very quick that we cleared that one out. I guess a lot of these pipes too and things is a bit of a problem. No. Oh, that's copper scrap actually. Interesting. I like it. Can we in terms of construction priority, let's lower this one and let's increase this one. So please, construction priority that for us straight away. And we're going to get the coal in there, no problems. Okay, so that's all running and working, right? So construction 3 is underway. We need to work on this a little bit to get a little bit better at what we've got going on here. There's lots of parts that needs to go in here. Actually, a lot of this is construction part 1, but I don't necessarily want to be building tons of them. But what we can certainly do is build the next slither here. So if I were to do something like this, right, that should all be doable. Oh, now we're actually insufficient for a lot of this stuff as well. Again, with this guy, we'll just do... This is copper, right? So on these guys, we just want to say no imports there. And then what I'll do is I will do that so that we're not getting any imports here. And then these guys are parts 2, which will take us a little bit of a while to get there. At least the other bits is still operating. So we're just waiting to kind of figure this one out. This should be very close. We need like 12 more parts there. Then at least our operation here will start to go. And what we can do here now is we'll just pause these ones. Okay, so that's our operation on that side. Trying to get it to maneuver. Yeah, this is gonna... Yeah, I've got our little paths going out this way. We don't have a lot of room for expanded farming. I guess what we can do is we can farm around this side as well. Yeah, we did want to clean up a little bit here, but there's... Yeah, we've got a fair bit of water ready to go. Yeah, I thought I had a healthy... I honestly thought I had a healthy backlog here. But I guess we're waiting on a 12 more parts, which should be making its way here. Because we do have them in stock. Now they're not in stock, so they're probably on their way here to be built. And when we get coal here, the whole thing will start working. And we will start filling up here with some more stuff. So we do have a little bit of room in between all of this to make that happen. But yeah, this next one is going to be pretty pricey for us to get to. I kind of wonder whether we can speed it up a little. I don't think we can, to be honest. I don't think we can. Conveyor 2s are done. Sulfur processing is now being maneuvered. Yeah, so we're doing a bit of a backlog there. Yeah, the whole thing is a little kind of wondering how much is our... We've got a fair bit here. Let's add... I think I want to add 2 more to the mix. So let's do that. Add them in there. And let's do this. No, let's try that again. Let's do that and add them in like so. And then what I'll do is I'll try and Unity build some of this stuff. I think this will kind of work. We don't want to go too far with that Unity build though. So we'll do this. And we'll do that. And we will unpause here and we'll unpause there. And products are being delivered. Well, slowly. Slowly products are being delivered. Let's get a little piece done over there so we can get that to work. And ooh, this is... Why is this... Why is this? That conveyor takes parts 3. Let's get that one built so these things can start to move. There we go. So at least that will start to move while the rest of this is being constructed. At least we'll get a little bit more going here. Okay, that's good stuff. Let's have a look at what's going on with the boat. Let's repair it just for good measure anyway. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I like it. And slag is being brought in. Can I up this a little bit so we can make that to work? We want to do something with the slag. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at that. This is awesome. I like this. This is awesome. So now we're actively using those materials. That's good. When it runs out, we'll do the rest. At least that'll help us out a little bit. And then this guy should be... It's waiting on product. It's not actually... don't do that. I'm not planning on building any more there. So anyway, whatever comes out of here will then be discharged. Exhausted. Right, these guys have no problems. Yeah, that doesn't... Oh, it does. It doesn't produce slag, but it does produce the exhaust, right? Why am I not seeing... Oh, yeah, here we go. Seeing some exhaust coming out there. Excellent. So that is pretty good. That's a nice little setup. We can slowly start building more and more of this. Yeah, lots and lots of pieces that needs to be constructed. We've paused all of this because we're not running any of this. There's still plenty of stuff in here. What we can, however, do is we can... For now, import it. As this fills up, we can ultimately import it. But for now, I think we're okay. Potentially, we just assign a truck to run it over that way. But I guess that's okay. No problems. We'll slowly get all of this built, I think. That's the plan. We've got water. So all of this is working. No problems. Waiting for products. What exactly? Copper. Yeah. The impure copper needs to come over. Yeah, I guess as soon as these things run a lot more full time, we'll see all of these things maneuver. So that's effectively double our copper operation. So that's lots more copper being produced. That's double our steel operation. Wow, it's more than double. Our steel operation is a single furnace. Yeah, that's like 4 times our... Yeah, it's 4 times our... hang on. What am I missing? Hang on, let's just see. What's our ratio here? 1 to 1 to 2 gives us 1 to 1 to 2 and 1 to 1 to 2. So we do need all of them. But why am I... No, unless I've got this wrong. I've got this wrong over here. 12, 12, but we're only getting 12 out of there. So I've got this wrong, right? We don't need both of those. Actually, for the time being, we can just pause this thing. So we can get the workers back and the power back and all these kind of things. But yeah, that's a mistake on my side. So it's 1 to 1 to 1. All right? It's 1 to 1 to 1. 1 to 1 to 1. Yeah, it's 1 to 1 to 1. So this is effectively an expansion for our steel, where we also have lots and lots of iron potentially being able to be produced. And we finish this thing off at some point, and then we do need to... Wow, the slag is moving quickly. Wow, we're still waiting on a fair bit of this. Yeah, so this slag will then be used in our sand production. Why are you importing? You should not be importing. Tracks cannot import slag here. It's not the plan. The plan is not to import slag here. Not to import it at all. Okay, let's go and have a look at the ship quickly. The ship has been repaired and it's also been cleaned out. And now let's quickly go and see, is there anything else the ship can go and attend to? We can go and battle over here. We could not get there. We could not get there. So we can still get there. I don't think we can get all the way out here. We can't get there. Can't get there. We can probably battle over here. So let's go and battle this ship over here. And then that one we can still battle. And that's pretty much it, really, in terms of what we can actually get around to. We still have tons of food, right? We should have some warnings pop up if we don't. Oh, yeah. More than enough. More than enough. More than enough food. Okay, so all of this should now be built. Come on. Really? Where are all these parts going? Oh, I guess they've gone into some of this stuff as well. But at least it should be done now. That's filling up nicely. That is filling up nicely. Copper. We can't run out of copper here for the time being. So I guess what we'll do is we'll make sure we've got like 40 copper coming in here just in case, so that they can go and get it from over there and bring it over here so we don't run out. But yeah, keen to move this setup as well. So let's just see. Yeah, so it's a double the iron setup and 4 times this. Well, double the steel setup and then double the iron setup with a potential expansion of 4 times the steel setup. Here. So we've got a lot of capacity. I don't have a lot of extra capacity with regards to the copper, but copper doesn't seem to be that much used, at least not at the moment. Maybe in the future, in which case we can always expand into this direction and kind of just extend it that way. But I guess I like the new setup. Mine control tower can't dump any product, so I guess we've gone and filled up our area out over here. And so question mark is then, can we please start to dump on this side a little bit? If we go with dumping designations from there to... Just want to kind of dump it up all the way to the edge there. Okay, so something like that. I don't think that's a problem. And what we'll do is we'll go and fill it in on that side. So at least we're now dumping out over here as well. And what I'll do is I'll go all the way to there. So you're not going to... we'll see. Maybe we can go around. But anyway, at least I'm trying to... If we fill up a little bit more of this, actually, we could dump it all the way there. And all the way there as well. Actually, let's not go up to that line. Let's maneuver it a little bit back. But let's provide ourselves. Actually, let's trim this one back. Maybe that's a little bit too far. In which case, once we move this, we can try and move. Ultimately, I'm going to try and build up a little bit more area here for us to work on that. Fleet is entering combat. Yes, no, maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. Combat entered. I guess that's going to be it for us for this episode. We won. Okay, and we've location explored. We've picked up some stuff. That's good. And I guess, are we able to explore there? Yes, while we're here, let's go and explore that little area. Should get that done fairly quickly. These guys are coming to dump here in rapid succession. There's still plenty for us to be sorting out. Yeah, it's a lot that we still need to do. That's all done. So now we've got the slag there as well. So I guess in the next episode, we'll need to start having a look at our new setup. But we need to wait for these guys to kind of bulk up a little bit, stock up a little bit more. That's all been built. So these will all run fairly quickly, I think. Well, reasonably so at least. We want to keep moving on those. Try and fill that one up a little bit quicker. And I'm kind of tempted to let's add a little bit to the mix here. We explored another location. Let's quickly have a look at that. Our ship has discovered a settlement and we found some loot. So what does this settlement actually do for us? Ooh, we can sell gold for crude oil in contract. That's good. They've got some stuff available for borrowing. We can sell some electronics for crude. So we can buy crude oil over here quite effectively. We can sell food for crude, all these kind of things. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to start looking at things like trade. Let us have a quick look at a copy and paste solution here. So if I did this and we said, guys, let's tie that in. And what we also need to do is grab ourselves a little bit of that conveyor connector over here. And similarly, we needed to do that. And then what I'd like to do is try and construct all of this with Unity and see what this guy is. It's got no recipe, so we'll just paste that recipe over there and try and give you some people to work it. Can we switch off any other stuff here? I don't think so. So we're basically out of some workers. Anything here that should not be working? I think power is no problems. Yeah. All of this is okay. Oh, we've got some coal here. We can start cleaning some of this out. We don't need all of that. I may as well do some cleanup here, so we'll move the coal away. Okay, so hopefully all of that will slowly get moved. We'll clear these things out at some point. Move it somewhere else. I guess that's all working, and these guys should be spinning up nicely, right? Yeah, I think this is all fine. We need like one person. We don't have room for one person, but we need like one person to get the working going. What's our situation here? This thing's filled up again. Yeah, it is filling up quite nicely. Question marks around whether we need all of them. I'm sure there's something here that we don't need. I pause this for the time being and just get the extra workers in here so that we can run this guy. Yeah, all of these need to keep running. We're out of sand here. So I guess this is the issue. We're not getting enough sand. We're not necessarily mining sand properly anymore. We've stopped the mining of sand. We need to set up the new slag into manufactured sand setup. So we can make use of that. And then we need to set up the rest of this. Sulfur processing is done, but I guess I will leave it there, guys. So that's kind of where we're at the moment, making progress on the new smelter. we will need to redo this kind of setup. It's a pretty cool little setup. I might do something very similar in here. And we are... Okay, yeah, we don't have any more storage for these trees. But anyway, that's fine. We'll leave it there. We'll need to bulk up a little bit on some of these construction parts. And we do definitely need... Okay, you know what I might quickly do just before we go? If I were to say bring in slag here, that's not actually going to work. We need manufactured sand as an extra recipe. We need the manufactured sand and we need all of these recipes in here. Right? We're out of sand here, right? There's no... Oh, there is still some sand left. Okay, that's fine. And then this one can still run that one. And what we'll do is we'll get the other two in here as well. And what I can do is let's quickly... I'm going to quickly do this. Let's clear this bucket out. Get rid of that. Thank you. Clear that out. And I'm going to get 2 of these spinners. I don't know if we've got anything better, but basically... I'm going to do that. We're going to grab another. We need 2 of them. We'll do that. I hope that can work, actually. And these recipes, this one needs to be... we want to do manufactured sand, please. Oh. So how do we get manufactured sand? It's with... How do we... That's crushed slag, right? So we just need a rock in here. Gravel, slag into crushed slag, and then rock into gravel, and gravel into manufactured sand, and then quartz crushed into sand. Is that it? Is there an upgrade here that we can do? Okay, so it has to be rock, effectively. I'm not sure we've got that. This is rock. Oh, okay. So what we'll need to do is we'll just bring this one over that way. Now this guy needs to be. Let's clear out that recipe. Okay. So this one is rocked into crushed and into gravel, and this one is then gravel into crushed into manufactured sand. Okay. So let's quickly get ourselves sorted here. Do that, and then this guy, I'm just going to clear this out here. I just clean that one out, please. Thank you. Good. Now what we'll do is we'll go in there, and we'll sort this whole thing out with Unity, please. Now we'll use... So what we need to do is we need to move we need to try and empty this one as best we can. And then this guy is going to do that. And, we could do, okay. Hang on. Before we do that, we may need multiples of it. Okay. Okay. We need another. We need to move this one and put it basically here. And then we need to cut this one. Okay. We need to demolish this one. And everything up to there. And what we'll do is we'll Unity demolish that, please. Thank you. We'll sort this out in a minute. Similarly with this. We need to Unity demolish this thing so we can do another. So how much are we getting? We're getting 24, and this one is 8. So 8, 16, 24. So we need 3 of them to get that going, right? So we'll do 1, 2, 3 of them. We'll go there. And then how many do we need on this side? 9 and 9. Okay, so we are okay with this whole setup, right? Yeah, we're not even going to worry too much about that. So what I'm after here, come on. is we want to be able to I don't think it's 3. I think it's level 2, actually. Yeah, it's level 2. So, pop me into there. Why? Okay, there we go. And then one there. Okay, beautiful. So that should get us going a little bit more effectively here. Luckily, I checked that just before we started going too nuts with these things. Hopefully, we've got enough workers. No, we do not. So what can we limit our workers on? Maybe we'll switch off this one. Okay, so we'll switch that one off for the time being, and hopefully that's enough workers, yeah? There we go. So that is helping us out a little bit. So this stuff is starting to move. This one take, yeah, 24. Okay, so that should really be running these things fairly actively now. And then this guy is going to just go with slag. And what I might do is I might upgrade that one just so that we have a little bit more of this slag able to come out this way. And this has to be the end of the episode. It's been a long one, but I guess that should help us out a little bit. These guys can upgrade, but I guess we won't do that just yet. We could do that, actually. But I think that's going to be okay for now, actually. We are... These guys should be running quicker than that. We can't upgrade these, right? But they should be running quicker. The 3 of them should ultimately... So this is 24, 8, 8, and 8. Yeah, so this should work. And then this one needs 9. Oh, no. Only needs 3. I was looking at the wrong thing. So it's going to be way more than it needs. Way more than it needs. Really? Way more than it needs. Absolutely. Much quicker. This thing should back up really quickly. Yeah, this thing is going to back up really quickly now. Okay. I guess that's okay. We've got this rock thing all sorted out over here now, so that should hopefully help us out so we don't need to be mining too much sand anymore. Okay, guys, that's the end of it. We'll give it a little bit of a buffer here so that we can continue to expand some of these things. But I guess for now, it's looking pretty good. There's a lot that we still need to do. We could actually start building it out from this side. This doesn't need construction parts 2. We actually don't need... How much construction part 1s do we have? Yeah, we can build this one pretty quickly. So we'll set that one up first while the other one fills in a little bit, and then we'll come back and do this one over here. And then we'll move that entire operation into here as well while we continue to do some research. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Bye-bye.